This is...
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
How could this be? Why is this here?
Is there something wrong?
It looks just like it. Just like in the ancient coil in Nilbeth, where we excavated the Levitas ore.
Now that you mention it...
Detecting incoming attack. Initiate emergency measures.
What? Bohld'Or!
Do you not find it simply wondrous, Leticia, my child? Each time I experience the vastness of the Scorpium network, I am reminded of how small I once was.
The Centralists are not the entirety of Scorpium.
We soon will be. And so His Excellency, our Sovereign, seeks the Simba Drive. See for yourselves.
Bohld'Or, are these the ones who oppose our centralist cause?
Indeed they are, Your Excellency.
Admiral Remington.
A familiar face, one of Bennett's, and a descendant of the Kennys.
What drives you to do this? You violated Federation regulations, used military assets for personal purposes, and furthermore, concealed the existence of Scorpium itself and the situation at Fear. You will face retribution for your actions under Federation law!
We do this for the Pan-Galactic Federation, for universal peace and prosperity. Surely a Kenny would understand.
Don't be ridiculous!
Ronix J. Kenny once interacted with the people of Planet Rook, set foot Forbidden Planet Styx, and led us to victory in our conflict with the planet Fargate. Claude C. Kenny violated your precious pact, planting the seeds of the planet Expel joining the Federation. As a result, our studies of symbometrics expanded greatly.
Yes, but...
It was much the same when your ancestor, Captain Emerson, found gravitic engine technology. History has proven that the law must be broken at times to move worlds forward. And at this moment, that role falls upon my shoulders. What authority does a Kenny have to try and stop me?
I'm...
Don't listen to this ass, Mariel. He's just trying to manipulate you.
Oh, really?
The reason for Mariel's ancestors breaking the rules was because following them would have led to the deaths of lots of innocent people. Don't lump them in with a dumbass trying to steal other people's stuff for his own selfish gain.
A Virgoldian defending the crimes of the most esteemed family in the Federation. Now this is rich.
Those crimes were defined by the Federation on its own terms. Your rules don't mean shit to those of us on the outside.
Ray, I'm okay now. Thank you. What you say is true. My family's track record as soldiers of the Federation was perhaps never the most praiseworthy. And my distaste for my family's legacy is precisely why I swore to myself that I would uphold Federation law to the letter during my career. But I will not abide by words from you. Childish logic. Excusing your own actions because someone else did it? Have you no shame?
A Kenny through and through, huh?
Your Excellency, it would appear reaching a consensus with these fools through discourse in the physical realm is futile. What shall we do?
They serve no purpose in the expansion of the Federation or the evolution of the Scorpium. Any who would keep the Symbo Drive from us are undeserving of mercy.
Bohld'Or, just what do you think you are doing?
Did you come all this way simply to be used by this petty man?
Is that not as it should be, Leticia, my child? You wish to stop me, yes? Then is it not to your benefit that your foe be small and weak? My actions are all for the benefit of Scorpium and the Centralists. Fight me!
We always resort to
Truth
violence.
be told,
A little more surface couldn't hurt. Things are finally starting to click.
It's not been long. Scorpion Network, a true centralist sovereign. Thus, I would like to ask that you all join me celebrating my coronation with your submission. Bohld'Or, dispatch of these imbeciles.
It shall be done, Your Excellency.
Light of guidance.
Sword of Flame!
Taking you down. Here you go. I'm here for you.
Starfire!
Eat this.
Batting ready.
Mind demon?
Sharing strength.
As soon as I can.
Why, this is...
We've only to cut ourselves a path.
Things are finally starting to click. Things are finally starting to click.
Be told, it's not been long. Scorpio Network, a true centralist sovereign. Thus, I would like to ask that you all join me celebrating my coronation with your submission. Bohld'Or, dispatch of these imbeciles.
It shall be done, Your Excellency.
Out of my way.
Think
Accept defeat. Let's see if you can handle this. Shoot. Should have seen it coming.
How low you have fallen, Bohld'Or. Your son Gerard would be saddened to see.
He's great. One who is not of Scorpion would never understand. This is my power, and I have no misgivings.
As a knight, I have but one succor to offer you. I shall release you from this madness.
Accept defeat. Eat this.
Hostile gathering strength. Blindside recommended.
Not so fast.
Chance of survival dropping.
Too slow.
Come on, let's go. Totally beat. I'm toasty to this.
Sword of Flame!
Eat this. Being a hero runs in the family.
The time for games is no more! Gone
Engaging threat. Estuary kick.
Fire's embrace. Lay down your weapon.
Welling up from within me.
Impressive. It would seem my efforts were not sufficient.
It appears my confidence in him was misplaced. Differences in individual performance are hard to predict.
That is how you would speak of one who pledged loyalty and would die for you?
You are a most contemptible wretch indeed.
You still say such things after all that you've seen. There is no concept of loyalty within Scorpium. We are a group within the greater Scorpium network, with myself occupying the top position of Sovereign. Nothing more or less.
Incompatible. The term sovereign is entirely incompatible with the Scorpium we understand.
Had things been different, you would have been my father-in-law. It is unfortunate that this is how your life ended. But I will avenge you.
This is evolution. The greatest evolution in the cosmos. The everlasting prosperity of the Pan-Galactic Federation begins now under my rule.
We will never let that happen! Remington Kurtzman, your misguided ambitions end here and now!
Must we always resort to
That look
violence?
suits you, you know. Really shows off the colors of pride that infest the Federation.
Bohld'Or will soon become a member of the Centralist cause. The day when you will come to understand the glory of my appearance is not far.
I will never permit that to happen!
You'll have to do more than pay lip service to your ideals, Kenny.
Seriously. Eat this! Let's see if you can handle this! Eat this! Anyone need help?
In your
That again. The power of the earth.
A wise choice. The enemy draws near.
There you go!
Depending on perspective, Remington being the Sovereign may actually be a good thing. If we defeat him here, it will invalidate the concept of a Scorpion network with a leader.
We need to defeat him either way. He must pay for making a mockery of the Federation and my family's history.
There will be no... Mere cretins who cannot understand their ideals. The righteous will always prevail.
I need a break.
I'll beat you to a pulp.
suffer!
Here you go! Down!
Combat.
The more you resist, the more you suffer!
I shall not fall again! Here you go! Fire frostbitten blade! Got you! Need a break? May your blood got you!
The more you resist, the more you suffer!
Here you go! You're mine!
The righteous will always prevail!
I'm here for you! I will not fall again! Don't have time for you! Eat this!
Suffer the consequences!
Being a hero runs in the family! Destroy. Set the heat!
I'll get you to a pulp! The more you...
Eat this!
Batting ready. History cage.
The righteous will always prevail! Take it!
Unable to continue combat.
Hope this is alright!
Unable to continue combat.
You will pay!
I am in your debt.
The righteous will always prevail!
Unable to continue preparations complete. You are not alone.
I'll fix you to a floor!
Not so fast. Anyone need help? They will rue this day!
Suffer the consequences!
Help's on the way!
I can't thank you enough.
These cretins who cannot understand their ideals!
Eat this!
You've got this.
The righteous will always prevail!
Fall again.
There will be no...
They will pay dearly.
The righteous will always prevail!
To continue
Here you
combat.
go! Busy blade!
I'll fix you!
Finally got it. Get close to me!
Absurd! I am sovereign! The sovereign of Scorpium! Destined to unite the galaxy! My morals! My beliefs! No! Impossible! What will become of the Federation? Of Scorpium's evolution? Without me!
Both the Federation and Scorpium are gonna be much better off with you out of the picture.
Damn it all! I only integrated to build a utopia! A union between Scorpium and the Federation! Bohld'Or!
Bohld'Or! He lives yet! Nina! Maester Midas!
The way he is, I don't think...
Even if possible, his Scorpion body can't be repaired here. There's nothing we can do.
But...
Summon the fleet to Vertness! This is far from over! I must lead Scorpium and the Federation! Unfortunately, it appears that your time is at an end. Your Excellency. What? Did you truly believe a fool such as you would be appointed
Sovereign. You have been nothing more than a stepping stone to prepare the network for the true Sovereign. That is the consensus of our network.
Bohld'Or! What did you just...
Felling me, or Remington will not halt Scorpium.
Oh, we're definitely gonna stop your invasion of Vergold.
We'll speak to those Scorpium that have faculty of speech and enforce Federation regulations. This kind of Scorpium lawlessness will not be allowed in the galaxy any longer.
If the conceptual sovereign individual vanishes, in time, Scorpium will be restored to our correct state.
Correct. Correct. You understand nothing. Neither you nor Remington know what is true, what is correct in this life.
Bohld'Or! Bohld'Or!
Is he truly dead this time?
We can confirm that the individual named Bohld'Or is deceased.
Remington's biological activity has also ceased. I would assess that we have stopped the Centralist insurrection for the time being.
Small comfort. After everything. It could not have been your wish to fall so far from home. Bohld'Or, all this suffering, to what end?
The invaders just gave themselves up at Fleet headquarters. I don't know. It's all a little too suspicious, if you ask me.
Might have expected as much from Scorpium. From how I see it, with their Sovereign gone, their network is probably reverted back to putting everyone on an equal level again.
Is that how they work? Yeah, I have my doubts about the surrender, that's for damn sure.
Do not assume the deeds of Remington's faction representative of Scorpium as a whole. But I, too, must acknowledge the faults and dangers within the Scorpium quest for further and further integration. The risks must not be overlooked.
I'd say the Pan-Galactic Federation is more to blame for these Centralists.
Do tell.
Coaxing in brand new members with all this talk of peace and the advance of civilization. That, sound familiar? At least Scorpium keep a certain amount of equality among themselves. But the more the Federation grows, the more the upper brass consolidate their power. This whole ordeal with Remington and the Centralists was just the worst parts of both brought together.
I'll admit, I find it hard to refute that. The Federation has no choice now but to take a good long look in the mirror and figure out how to piece itself back together.
What's going to happen to all the officers who turned themselves in?
They could very well claim they had no choice but to comply with Remington's orders after integrating with Scorpium, which might actually grant them immunity from Vergoldian law.
I don't expect the local system government's got a damn idea what the Scorpium even are. Gonna have a hell of a time trying to talk peace.
I'm quite aware. I expect to be made responsible for bringing an end to the situation. Which is why your son's data is so crucial. I'm hoping I can count on your assistance. The future of both Vergold and the Federation depend on it.
Just be sure there's something in this for me, huh? I got a business to run, you know?
Duly noted.
Captain Raymond, thank you, once again. Your efforts have allowed the Federation a chance to correct its course.
None of what we've done was for the Federation's sake.
Be that as it may, the Federation skirted a full and devastating collapse thanks to your efforts.
Lieutenant Mariel, I have looked at the Scorpium data you provided. I was surprised by your confrontation with the Virian soldiers who crash-landed on the planet. Aster 4 is an underdeveloped planet, is it not?
Yes, sir. About that.
You were doing what you thought was right, correct? Upholding what were once core values of the Federation, lost under Remington's lead.
Yes, sir. But I believe that it should not excuse me from Federation law, though. I knowingly violated the UP-3. For that, and for the illegal seizure of the merchant vessel Akizuki, I should be brought to trial.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Wait!
Those of us in positions of power can never let the ends justify the means, regardless of the outcome.
But still...
That said, the Federation's in no shape to court-martial you right now. I'll take full responsibility for your deeds until a more appropriate time presents itself. You stay here with your friends. All things considered, Lieutenant Mariel, I think you made the best calls you could. Your actions don't tarnish your family name. Far from it. Making as much known should serve you well when the time comes to face the jury.
Admiral.
Don't you leave us now, you hear? The Federation is in bad enough shape as it is. We don't need to lose another talent like yourself.
Sir!
And I expect there'll be talk of making Aster 4 a Federation protectorate in the near future. You should expect to have some eyes on you as a member of the planet's royal line.
What is this protectorate of which you speak?
I can explain it all to you later. I'll also discuss whether the Federation even retains the capabilities to do so.
So, what will the rest of you do next?
Well, the Centralists have been busted up, my homeworld's safe and sound again, and Bohld'Or's gone.
Right. Yes. And with the whole of it now behind us...
Seems like our journey's at its end. Time for our princess to make her triumphant return.
You have my sincerest apologies for dragging your world of Aster 4 into our conflict.
Going forward, I would prefer to adopt as flexible a stance as possible in our dealings with the people of Aster 4.
We should head back to the Aldous first.
I recently started playing that hot new game, Asoa. Do you play? How about practicing?
Let the battle of wits begin!
course, I triumph. It seems I am the victor.
Thanks for the game. I'm not good enough to challenge anyone else on Vergnus. How do you warp your pieces, by the way?
So exquisite. Sorry to bother, Leticia. Can we ask a small favor?
Yes, of course. We'd like you to check on the progress of Chloe's linguistic studies. Happy to. Chloe, you have been studying for quite some time now, have you not?
Yeah, but the problem is I still can't really say that much.
Chloe, have some confidence. I will now disable the universal translator.
My name is Chloe Ganneris. I like astrology. I don't like confined spaces. How was that? Did it make any sense to you?
Superb! That was absolutely perfect, Chloe.
Really? Thank you. I am so happy. I can talk using my own words.
Your pronunciation is perfect, and your listening skills appear fine, too. Oh, it is apparent you have thoroughly applied yourself. Very nicely done, Chloe.
Thank you so much, Elena. Relying on the universal translator is much easier, but the culture and history of Aster 4 is coursing through its language. There is no other way to appreciate it than to learn it properly.
Chloe, you truly are amazing.
Oh, no. Really, I owe it all to the help you and everyone else has given me, Leticia.
Well then, how do you feel about learning slightly more difficult words?
Huh?
I will provide you with some challenging textbooks on the ancient tongue. I am quite sure it will be all too easy for you, Chloe. Passion for learning is a good thing. Chloe, perhaps you would wish to learn a little bit more.
I think I'm okay with just sticking to everyday speech for now. I'll get to the archaic terms someday. Those old words might send my brain back to the Stone Age.
Sadly, deciphering the coils with Provenient's cavern is beyond my meager knowledge.
People of Vergnus are really good at this. Probably because they can challenge anyone to a ranked match anytime via their communicators.
Look up at the sky. See that twinkling light? That's my shining star of victory.
Let the battle of wits begin!
And thus I triumph. It seems I am the victor.
Come to think of it, that's just for gold. No wonder it didn't lead me to victory.
The people of Verdant.
Let the battle of wits begin. Thus I triumph. It seems I am the victor.
Who taught you to play?
My apologies.
We managed to procure.
was indeed fruitful.
Calling the Aldous. Requesting transfer.
Roger that.
Best head for the bridge first.
To be like this, somebody could have gotten really hurt. You weren't the talk. Back home, you had the cops called on you. Don't you try to turn the tables on me, dude. Your sloppy management style is the real problem here. Yeah, well, you work about as fast as a slut.
So, I guess we're setting a course back for Aster 4 then, that right?
Yep.
If you would.
By the way, you should know that Vergoldian Interstellar sent out a warning. Some of Remington's fleet haven't surrendered to Admiral Maverick yet. They report some scattered pockets of resistance.
So a straight course for Aster is out.
Yeah, might be smarter to take the scenic route this time. You know the drill. Better to be safe than sorry.
Right. So we'll steer clear of the usual routes and see if we can find some safer detours then.
A most prudent choice. It would do us no harm to linger longer among the stars, yes?
Pull us out of orbit at a quarter thrust and set course for Aster. Last leg of our journey. Let's make it a good one.
Copy that, Captain. Exiting orbital trajectory at a quarter thrust. T-minus 30 to Aster 4.
Your Highness.
Fret not. It was but the thought of our journey's end.
Perhaps a stroll would put one's mind at ease. May well be our last chance to share words with our companions.
Yes, well, that is a most excellent idea.
I inquired of Raymond to determine if we might sail the Fulga through the ocean of stars.
Aboard the Fulga? And what was his response?
Without a moment of contemplation, he told me space held no air, as though it were as obvious as the color of the sky itself. For many years I have studied semiomancy alongside Midas and the other maesters, sharing in all the knowledge of our world. Yet, I now realize we know absolutely nothing of space.
And is there no consolation in knowing now what you have yet to learn?
I find no consolation in self-deceit. We must acknowledge that it shall be no simple feat to ever set course for their worlds ourselves.
Maester Midas, whatever are you doing?
I'm musing over the Scorpium.
Come again?
I've come across a wealth of experiences I'd never dreamed of since taking to the stars. There is much I wish to convey to Melthea and Marcus upon our return.
Well, that is wonderful. Dr. Eason and Director Melthea will certainly be pleased.
But my voluminous words will never truly convey to them the smell in the air aboard this vessel, nor the texture and tastes of our journey. I can't explain the sensation of my weight on the surface of strange planets for the first time.
Yes.
We humans are social creatures. At our root, we live through and thanks to our connections with others. That set me thinking. The Scorpium seek to guide evolution, and they share their society's wisdom with all who join them. Perhaps they forged the path that all humanoids must one day inevitably tread.
Be that as it may, Maester Midas, do we humanoids need not still build for one another the road which one day leads us there?
I needn't be reminded, but the matter itself is now known to me. It has taken root and will occupy my mind for the rest of my days. And what wonderful days they will be.
I find myself picturing Lady Mulkia far from amused at how troublesome you might be.
If I wasn't, then I would no longer be me, correct?
Hey, guess what?
Well, that was indeed fruitful.
Hey, you folks have fought with those Scorpion guys before, right? If you get hold of any parts, maybe just a mechanic, but I'd love to get a look at what they've got under the hood. I owe you one. I don't care if it's junk. Just bring me whatever you can find.
It's so tough not being able to go home. So please.
It's so small.
How much longer until our return to Astor?
Just about there now. I'm sorry about the Emperor.
Indeed.
I don't think I could say this in front of Albert or the others, but I feel like he wasn't a bad person.
It's quite all right, Chloe. I am in agreement.
I'm sure Prince Gerard... Emperor Gerard now, I guess. This news will be very difficult for him.
We must accept the Emperor's fate if the Empire and my kingdom are to move toward peace. Chloe?
Yes?
I must confide. I find myself wishing you Osarian, like me.
I'm very flattered and honored by your words. But I have a feeling perhaps we wouldn't have wound up as good as friends if that were true.
Right. Well put. Mayhaps things are best as they are.
I agree.
These could very well be the last moments I have together with Ray and his crew. Perhaps I ought to see if anyone is around in the galley.
It's been an adventure of a lifetime. But it's almost over now, huh?
The journey, yes, but not the lessons we might glean from it.
Some of it's still pretty hard to digest. And we've definitely had more than our share of trouble and all, but... oh, I don't know. I really wish we could have stayed longer and traveled more with them. Don't you think so, Leticia? Leticia?
Yes. Yes. I quite agree. If only ever so slightly longer.
I intend to follow Marielle's lead. Not because of her distinguished lineage, but because I share her sense of what's right.
We've actually cut the head off the snake, so to speak. All that's left is to keep calm and accept whatever judgment the Federation throws my way.
Sounds like I've got a court-martial waiting for me when I get home. So be it. I wouldn't trade anything for my experiences on this journey.
Might I inquire now what it was that Luca meant earlier?
So, Leticia, you're royalty, right? Which means you're one of the recognized representatives for a major percentage of Astor 4's population, yes? And Midas and Nina, they're some of the greatest minds the planet has to offer. Whenever such people of your caliber come into contact with Federation technology, their native planet gets registered as a protectorate.
And a protectorate is...
There are ramifications, but there is one in particular that Ray's concerned about.
Oh, nothing.
Okay, registering a planet as a Federation protectorate is almost like a public proclamation. That they are laying future claim to the planet, as a Virgoldian, and also as someone who witnessed all the controversy here. It's hard for him to accept that.
I confess I am also uncertain how to respond.
If we're being frank, I don't think the Federation in its current state is in any position to register Astor 4 as a protectorate. I just have one concern.
Concern?
As long as I remain military personnel, making Astor 4 a protectorate is the only way I'd ever be able to see any of you again.
Oh, that is a grave concern indeed.
It truly is. Hey!
Seems our time together draws to an end.
All journeys reach an end. Doesn't mean it's the end, though. Right?
Indeed. I can assure you, we don't want to lose contact with any of you after today. Speaking of the future, though, what exactly do you plan to do now, Duma? You were meant to assess the people of Vergold for Scorpium compatibility, yes?
I am contemplating the endeavor to normalize Scorpium integration.
Normalize Scorpium integration? Should I take that to mean moving away from invasive assimilation to focus on what were your prior methods then?
You are correct, though we expect that alone will be insufficient. Contact with the Pan-Galactic Federation served as a catalyst in the Scorpium Schism. However, it is now obviously apparent that Scorpium ideology has always been susceptible to such dangers.
It was always at risk of taking a more aggressive route, then?
Indisputable. Armed with that information, we must learn from our failures and seek out new methods by which to further our evolution. This perspective should be shared with the network.
Sounds a lot better than the Centralists, that's for sure. But how's one little probe supposed to influence the whole network?
Astute observation. I am but an investigative life form, unable to intervene in non-mission critical duties.
Yet, little Duma, you did just that by aiding us on our journey, did you not?
It was your actions that prompted me to do so.
What actions?
Your efforts to rescue the android Elena from the crash site at Galka Shrine triggered my protocols. Had you acted differently, my investigation directive would have persisted. Communication between us would have remained at minimum levels. In past surveys of worlds co-inhabited by organic and non-organic life forms, use of non-organics as tools by organic life forms has been quite typical. However, you treat Elena's life as equal to your own, sparing no thought to her nature. In your interactions, I detected new possibilities for future coexistence. My aid was offered in an effort to further investigate future options suggested by your actions. Additionally, influenced by the interactions they witnessed between Raymond and Elena, Leticia and the people of Aster IV naturally accepted the android as an equal being, working alongside Elena as they would any other fellow humanoid. This is an astounding occurrence, and serves as proof that such a symbiotic relationship can spread. My actions may have breached my role as an investigative unit, but I am grateful to all of you.
That's all just common sense for Vergaldians.
Likewise, it seemed only natural for us.
The greatest hope for the future of Scorpium is in finding more who share such a mentality.
And you will strive to foster such thought. Is that right?
Correct.
Perhaps you have already experienced some form of personal evolution yourself, then.
Personal evolution.
Yeah. I don't doubt it, little Duma. You've been through way too much not to be left a little wiser for it. You know, I'd say this whole adventure taught us all a thing or two.
Indeed.
Well, I'm gonna make my way to the bridge then.
I shall see you there. Perhaps I have said all there is left to say. Best make my way to the bridge. I am grateful to have had the time to speak with everyone one final time. Perhaps I should now make for the bridge.
I don't remember that being there.
Something up?
There are 3 unidentified objects in orbit around Aster IV. They're around 30 meters in diameter. They weren't there before. Establishing visual.
Debris from the battle between Akizuki and the Scorpium ship?
That is no debris. Detecting autonomous corrections in trajectory.
That is Scorpium.
Hang on now. What are Scorpium doing in this system on a scale like that?
Sure doesn't look like anything good. Doesn't look like they're itching for a fight, but it's probably safer to think they've got eyes on us, too. We got readings on any other Scorpion battleships?
Captain, we've picked up a massive structure on the surface that wasn't there before. Pulling up the feed now.
Whoa, wait a minute. Don't tell me that thing is...
Scorpium.
The sheer size of it.
Where is this tower, precisely?
This looks like... the ancient coil in Nilbeth?
That cannot be! What of the Trathan settlement there? Can we not see what is underway within?
Sensors are being blocked. Interior scanning of the tower was unsuccessful. This construct... could it be?
I have no idea what's going on. Well, Leticia, looks like it's not time for goodbyes just yet.
It would appear so.
Ray, transmission from the surface.
From that tower?
No, this is... it's from the royal capital.
This is Lola paging the Aldous. Do you copy?
Lola!
Welcome home, Princess Leticia. The situation here is critical.
Details now!
Settle down and listen well. We are without many casualties. Osarius, Vale, and Nilbeth are working jointly on this. We're currently assessing the situation. I'd ask that you land at the Osarian Royal Palace. I can brief you on the latest intel once you've arrived.
Very well. We shall be with you shortly. Ray?
Copy. All right, let's do this. Ant?
Yeah, leave the rest here to me. But haul your ass back this way if things go south.
Let us make for Osarius.